oppression and perverseness,
Right.
and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant. Yeah, you people who trust in oppression. Not only do you trust it, you love it.
Right. Yep.
Right? You're talking about the branding thing, right? People actually view themselves as a product now. You know, they promote themselves as an actual product.
Right.
You know, like going back to the music industry, the
Yeah.
sports world, you know, they'll actually admit, I'm a product, I need to sell myself.
Yeah.
You know,
keep going.
Yeah.
So it's like being branded is basically the elite sees as category. Like an
Yeah.
animal.
Because they see you as products.
Right,
That's why
right,
they
right.
want to put the chip in you.
Remember
when you
from
scan,
their
you're literally scanning
yeah.
you're literally scanning yourself.
Right.
So like you are the barcode. Like you're the product of the barcode on it. You know what I mean?
What was the first commodity on the stock market?
Slave.
Jake. Slave.
Man said Jake.
So
No, honestly.
you got a national insurance number, right?
Right.
You got a birth certificate, right?
Right.
Your own. These devils are bartering day to day.
Wait.
With unique.
Even going back to your birth certificate, see, right?
Right.
Yeah,
done
that's
now.
a receipt. Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me read the end of this. So it says, therefore, this iniquity, right? What's the iniquity? You trusting in oppression.
Right.
Right? You going down to Egypt for help, man. Hoping that your slave master's gonna save you.
Right.
The same one that's got you picking cotton 24/7, 365, 12.
Yeah.
With no Sabbath.
Yeah.
Right? It says, shall be unto you a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, his breaking coming suddenly at an instant. And that reminds me, you know, I had a plantation last week, right? I had this wall that I had to render, right? There was a mirror on the wall.
Right.
Now, when I took the mirror off, right, holy for damp, big old bubble behind the mirror, damp, right? And as soon as I did what? As soon as I moved the mirror, the brickwork basically fell away, man. It's the same thing.
It's holding
With
up
this
by
house.
a piece of thread.
Yeah, by literally. But this what this kingdom's holding on by.
Right.
A thread, man. Right?
Yeah.
And it says breaking coming suddenly at an instant. Yeah, when you people least expect it.
Yep.
When you're still in your deep sleep.
Right. For a precept. It's our First Maccabees chapter 1. Verse. Let me start from verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Right, so they're gonna say, listen, unless you take that chip or that Neuralink in you won't be able to participate in the perks of society. You won't be able to return back to normalcy. You're gonna have to live off grid. You won't be able to get a job, feed your family.
Yeah.
You're gonna have experience what? Much sorrow.
The chip is a covenant.
So the chip is basically a covenant with death. Okay, which is what Isaiah 28. So it says, so this device pleased them well. Okay, this device pleased them well. Let me get this precept real quick. This is Psalms 37, verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Right, so who's that wicked man? That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And let me go back to First Maccabees now. First Maccabees 1 and 12. So this device pleased them well. So again, it's always going back to the device of this of a he.
Right.
This man, the Greeks, right? The so-called white man himself. And what's that wicked device they bring into pass? That centralized digital currency that they want to peg everybody to. So it says, then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, right? Which is what? The gym, right? Places of exercise. And that's where you get the word gym from. The word gym comes from the Greek word gymnos, which means naked, right? So it says, read it on.
The same thing.
And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Right. So again, that's you selling yourself like a hoe, like a prostitute. Right. You don't sold just instead of holding fast your integrity. Let me get that right now. Your brother's got preset. Let me know. So let's get this real quick. This is Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 25, verse 21. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee. Right? Psalms 26:1. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord. Therefore I shall not slide. Yeah.
The Lord said, be thou faithful unto death. Because that's actually going to be the lot for certain men within the ministry, man. Those men that stick and hold to their integrity.
There you go.
Right? Because not only are, like the elder was going into, it might be a thing where now you got to go and live off grid, you know, but you're going to be labeled a domestic terrorist.
Right.
Right? I think that's in what's that, Wisdom of Solomon, second chapter, where it speaks about, you know, his ways are of another fashion, his ways are not of our ways.
Right.
And because that, now you departing out the world, you make yourself a prey. Like, you're not taking that mark, you make yourself a prey, man.
There you go.
Meaning now the target was on your back as a believer, became even big for them to shoot their fiery darts, man.
Yeah.
Right? But, one second. Isaiah chapter 32, verse, I'll go straight to the point, verse 7, it says, the instruments also of the child are evil. He devised wicked devices.
There you go.
Such as what? The RFID microchip.
There you go.
Right? The nuclear bomb. Right? The ICBM, intercontinental ballistic hypersonic missile.
Or that new world order.
That new world order, which is the ultimate device, the ultimate weapon.
That's like the web that they're trying to spin, trying to trap everybody into.
Yeah. It says that the instruments also of the troll are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Yeah, you know, take this will help you, you know, talk about Elon Musk's brain chip, right?
Yeah.
Or what do you call it?
Neuralink.
The Neuralink. Right? Talking about, you know, they've already had the first patients they've tried and tested. Right? Now, you know, you were once blind, now you can see again. Or you were paraplegic, now you can walk again. Right?
They're actually saying that they're actually using a lot of the illegal immigrants that have been arrested. They're actually using them for the brain implant experimentation.
Yeah, I can believe that.
They actually do it because the way they're seeing it is that these people don't have any rights anyway because they're there illegally. So that's how they're looking at it. So we can do to you whatever we want to. So you know they'll arrest them, right, and just do what they want to do. Let's see her reports of them being dumped in the ocean and stuff like that, because they don't actually care. Because you know you're illegals. You don't actually have any documents to be legally here in America. So they're going to use them for brain implant experimentation.
And they also going to use them for what? Psyops, right? False flags. Because you had a stabbing over here in the UK a couple of days back. Another apparent illegal immigrant who stabbed like a dustbin man and two other dustbin man to death and two other people, right? Now, again, these are the same immigrants. I guess they're taking them over there to the MI, you know what building, right? Programming their mind with the MK Ultra, and then sending them back out into the world, man. Give them the buzzword, the code word, right, and then perform the deeds of these devils, man.
The sleeping
This
cells.
the sleeping. This is what we're dealing with out here, unbeknown to you people, right? Let me finish it off. It says the instruments also of the child are evil. He devises destroy the poor with lying words, even when they needly speak or write. Right? That's right, man. But guess what? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. But you people are. And that's why we come out here to warn you of Satan's devices. Right?
Destroy the poor. Now they're demonizing homeless people.
They're
rounding them up. Okay. Because the way they look at it, like they might be the first ones to rebel because they're homeless. They'll be the first ones out here committing crimes.
There'll be nothing to lose.
Yeah, they'll be the first ones out here committing crimes, and they might go against their order of things.
Yeah, because they're not dependent on the government. You know what I'm trying to say? They don't pay tax. You know what I'm trying to say? They're not paying rent. They're not part of the workforce, the system helping build up the place. So really, they're kind of they're needless, what they say, needless feeders or whatever.
Yeah.
Needless feeders. I got a point and I got a leader. The word stigma, right? I believe that's Latin, right? I believe, or Greek stigmata, right? It says mark, pricked in or branded upon the body. An ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers, or the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies. And that's heavy because even, I don't know about the military too well, but I know certain certain sections in the military, they'll get tattoos, to let them know what.
Simplify. It's our Marine Quarter team.
Okay.
Major part of
When you watch that movie Gladiator, they had Roman Legion in the Latin
you
numerals.
see.
And he was cut. You remember he was in the cell and he was trying to cut it out of the skin.
Then you got I saw a clip yesterday of these Jakes, because Jake's heavy into what do you call it, fraternities. Right, fraternities, that also goes into that. They brand themselves too, with the Omega sign and Alpha sign, so it says branded or pricked or cut into their bodies, right, which we know that's off according to the law, man.
Right.
It says to indicate what master or general they belong to.
Okay.
It says there were even some devotees who stuck themselves this way with the token of their gods. It says could make your nation safe. And it's the same thing we see today, man. It's just that it's normalized today. When the average person out here, they got I've seen people, you seen Jake walking around with LV tattoos on their forehead. Gucci tattoos and
But that's the law. It says thou shalt put no mark, print no mark upon thy flesh, right? Do you see what I'm saying? But even them gangs, like them Latin gangs, they're covered with tattoos showing what gang that they belong to and stuff like that. MS-13, Latin Kings, all these different Mexican gangs. Lord have mercy, man. Hey, bro, guess what? We have a mark upon us, right? Exactly. With the elect. Okay, let me get this.
I don't want to sound unfaithful. I don't want to sound but how are we going to go through it if we live in London? Because London is not really easy to go through it.
Off-grid doesn't mean like literally out of bounds. Off-grid is just like you've got no access to anything. You're off-grid, like you just out here, you've got no access to hotels, getting a job, getting benefits, universal credit. You can't do nothing. You can't buy groceries. You can't do anything. You're off-grid, like you're just out here, no way to get access to no venues.
You're homeless, you're just off-grid.
Yeah, you got nothing.
So like even with the whole self-employed thing, right? And for yourself, it's all an illusion. Do you know how much tax you have to pay? Do you know how many things you have to get in place as well? Like literally. So if you haven't got that, you won't prosper anyways. Do you get what I'm saying? You ain't given a chance. Yeah. So it's like, bro, like they've sold you a lie within a lie. It's like, bro, everything is just pointing to the kingdom at this point.
There's layers to the
Yeah.
You got to remember as well, that's not going to take every problem. See, ultimately it's about trusting in the process. Like I said before, every problem for everybody where you've got to trust in the process. You know what I mean?
So Revelation chapter 2, verse 17. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saying he that receiveth it. Right, so we're going to receive a white stone with something inscripted in it, a name that no man knows, save him to who received it. This who a man of the elect. Only they know that name. Where it tells you of Revelation 14, I saw 144,000, and what in their forehead was written the name of the Lord, right? So that white stone a white stone was always given to like gladiators or men that overcame obstacles in like an arena. Okay, in fact, let me get that.
It's basically equivalent to a gold medal today.
Basically,
like, declaring a victory over.
Right.
You got a question, sis? You got a question? You know you're an Israelite, yeah?
So this a white stone was given to a victorious swordsman who retiring with the letters SB inscribed. These letters mean faithful service and stood for the Latin spectulus. So it means if proven valor beyond a doubt, tested and esteemed. Yeah, tested and esteemed. So when we received that white stone, because we overcame what this system, right? We overcame the mark of the beast. We overcame this whole system and all these obstacles. Remember this new world order, the chip. This is like the ultimate test. Right. This is like the final boss. And you know, when you go through the stages, like the final boss is the chip.
Hour of temptation.
Yeah, the hour of temptation. Right. You probably 2 minutes before getting your head chopped off. You're gonna get tested right up to the point of your death. That says be thou faithful to death. And then I'll give you a crown of life. Meaning what? Some brothers might have to die for this. And then come back. Meaning but you raised up. Right? And then what? The Lord gonna give you that crown. When he returns with power and great glory. The Lord gonna have to resurrect your body into an immortal body at the time of his comeback. Huh? What?
No, I'm saying if you die, your head will be chopped.
You say some brothers might have to be put to death.
No, I'm saying the resurrection part, your head is gone.
Yeah, but you're not going to resurrect into the same flesh. Okay. You're going to be, when your Lord returns, he said you're going to be changed the twinkling of an eye.
Exactly.
You're going to become, you're going to have that immortal body.
Right.
Flesh and blood can't inherit. You're not going to have the same thing. If I can make a quick point. Not a part of the system.
Right.
Simple, put simply.
I thought it meant that you're literally just not in the city anymore, you're gone. You're in the forest, like.
No, that could be part of it. You get that? Part of the system.
Right.
I want to touch on the name as well. We spoke about the new name, right?
Right.
But sometimes that's that verse is stumbling block for people. They might say, oh, well, we ain't got the name of the Lord now.
See that?
Because the Lord's going to give us a new name. The name goes into more than just the actual name. It goes into fame, a glory, a reputation. And we're going to have a new one.
Where this simply means is that that name is a mystery. Revelations 19, verse 11, and I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Referring to who? The Son of Man, who you ignorantly called Jesus Christ. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Right, so the Heavenly Father's name and the Son's name is what? A mystery. All right, only he knows that name and them to whom it's given to. Right, and that's what it tells you when Yahweh Shai was on the scene 2,000 years ago. What did he say? It says, I've manifested thy name unto the men that thou hast given me. Right? So the name itself of the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, is a mystery. Right? Only he knows it, and also they who follows him. Only they know that name. Revelations 19 and 12. So no man knows that name except he himself. But then it also tells you in Revelations 2 and again verse 17, he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone. So what's that hidden manna? Talking about, again, these scriptures, right? The understanding of these mysteries. And will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saying he that receiveth it. There you go. So you see how it all adds up? You see how it all comes together?
explains why some people can't hear this word.
That's what it says,
Why that delusion is.
if ye can receive it. Right? Because the Lord is his name to give. And he will only give it to them who the Lord has given him. You understand? Which is who? The elect. Which is why I told you in Revelation 14. Let me get that right now.
I got the word name as well, just in the blue letter, just quickly come in, right? Just to prove that it's more than, because you may call on the name Yahweh, right? The name Yahweh Shai, but there's, you know what comes with and behind the names. That's the key, right? Because if you do, and you repent, now back to the original question. So it says a name, proper name. It says the name is used for everything which the name covers, meaning more than one thing, right? It says everything, the thought or feeling of which is aroused in the mind by mentioning, hearing, remembering the name, i.e., for one's rank, authority, interest, pleasure, command, excellencies, deeds, and etc. Right? It says a cause or reason name on this account because he suffers as a Christian for this reason. But I just want to make that point, and I know there's when you go into the blue letter and you look up the word name in certain other verses, it goes into reputation, glory, renown, right? What comes behind the name,
Right.
you know? And that's how we're going to obtain what? That white stone, which ties in with a good report,
There you go.
which we're all hoping to receive.
So we're highly esteemed before the Lord. That the Lord has deemed us worthy to stand before him. Hey, right, when I say us, talking about the elect. But now, there's some men that won't be able to stand worthily before the Lord. That's why the Lord said, we'll tie him up, hand on foot, and cast him into our darkness. There's certain men that won't be able to overcome. I'm telling you, the scriptures tell you that and let me get this piece right now. Before I forget it, because I don't want to, sometimes precept come to my mind and forget it. Let me get it right now. This is, bear with me for a second. So it says, Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 16, verse 22. Who can declare the works of his justice? Or who can endure them? For his covenant is afar off, and the trial of all things is in the end. Right, and the trial of all things is in the end, right? So the time to come is going to reveal every man's faith, whether it was made up of wood and straw, or whether it's made up of gold or silver. You're gonna be put through that fire. You're gonna be put through the fire. Your faith is gonna be put through the fire. Your works. You're gonna stand on trial, right? Let me get this. It's Revelations 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So there you go, you have it. So when it goes to Revelation 19 about that name is only known by the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, it can't be just only him that has it. He's also going to give it to who? The elect. Okay? Them to who that was given to him. That's in John 17:6.
And that's how you know Zaquan is speaking about the glory.
Right.
Because what the elect, they're going to be what? Made joint heirs with the Lord. Huh?
Right.
Right? So they're going to share
Right.
that which the Heavenly Father gave the Son, man. Hey, that's
See?
And that's where that thing as well, Zephaniah.
Right.
Where the shame they'll be given that land.
Right. John 17, verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest, and thou, meaning you gave them me, and they have kept thy word. Right? So there you go. So Yahweh Shai said, I've manifested the name of the Father unto the men that he's given me. Talking about who? The elect. So it's not just Yahweh Shai that has the name, it's also the men who the Lord has given him. They also have the name too. That can receive it. Okay? Which is the elect. So again, that goes back to what? That mark. That name being ascribed within their foreheads. That's our Neuralink. That's our spiritual Neuralink. Okay? Come on.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 6, verse 59. It says, the fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die.
Right.
It says, I am the living bread which came down from heaven, and if any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever.
See?
And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Right? And that world is Israel. Right? Proverbs 18:10. The name of her other one, Yahweh, is a strong tower.
Beautiful.
And the righteous runneth into it and is safe. Acts 4:12. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name among heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
So again, that goes into that mark, right? That urine that we need to enter into the world to come. Yeah, the Yahweh link. The kingdom link. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom link.
That's the password.
That's the new name.
That's the Wi-Fi password.
That's the kingdom link. Right. My locks. This is no wait.
Nah, it's on the tip of my tongue. Malakwa. I believe Malakwa, I believe is kingdom. Sure it is.
Malakwa.
Malakwa. Yeah, it's Malakwa. Sure it is.
Password 144.
No, you're an Israelite. He's wearing them Hebrew garments. I know.
He just tell you that you're speaking French.
Yeah. Let me get this.
You guys are Israelites.
It's St. John chapter 11, verse 25. Let me start from verse 24. Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Yahweh said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believeth thou this? Right. So you see, but who can receive that? Who can
this?
Yeah. Can you receive that? Can you believe that? To believe in me and you will never die? To believe in Yahweh Shai? To eat his flesh and drink of his blood?
But he said the hidden manna.
Right, the hidden manna.
Our power is a power that hides itself. Why?
Yeah.
But he revealed, because he, like I was saying to you before, Cap, because not everything is for everybody. But the job pressures, it is what we have. It's like, I made the example to act before Cap. It's like, you come out, you got a ruby, right, the size of a fist. You got to come out here and show it to everybody? Yeah. No, man, that's for you to see. That goes to what I said to you about not casting your pearls before swine, knowing who thou doest good to you, man. It's the same thing with the Lord. He knows who he do is good to you.
Right. It says wisdom is according to her name, and she's not manifest unto many. This is Psalms 119, verse 161. Princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in awe of thy word. I rejoice at thy word, as one that findeth great spoil. Right, so, right, you see, the most, when you find the Lord, you rejoice because you found something of great spoil. If it was common, if it was easily accessible to everybody, you wouldn't rejoice. You wouldn't see his word. Because everybody has access to it. But lo and behold, the prodigal son says, Lord, I was lost and now I am found, man. And just look how grateful the prodigal son was. You got something? Go on.
This is chapter 2, verse 43. Obviously, we're going to receive, Lord willing, we're going to receive white stones, right? But we can't forget about the crown that never fadeth away.
Right.
Right. It says, and in the midst of them, in fact, let me get it for 42. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, who I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And it goes on to say, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, right? Because when Hamashiach returned, he he's not coming back at 5'11".
Yeah.
He's gonna be mighty. I'm saying he's gonna be mightier than us. Right? Wait. So it says, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. Speaking of their elect, man, you know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, us brothers are part of that as well, right? Yeah.